David Michaels treats computers the way Darth Vader treats the Rebel Alliance. On the way to that traitorous machine scum, he rides divvy bikes at 16 miles an hour and thinks about which cocktail bars are along the way. It's the right way to do it. He has opinions on backpacks, mostly because he can't bear to not bring an overly large camera wherever he goes. He's also quick to a board game and quicker to a pun, and is celebrating that 10 years ago this month, a tour guide made a pun, and through the groans, that tour guide defended them as playing with language. Little did they know that in that moment, they were creating a monster. David, there's 2 minutes on the clock. You know what to do.
So, I'm David Michaels. I make a lot of bad puns. People ask me how I do it. As much as I'd love to sing Poisoning Pigeons in the Park right now, we're going to talk about how I actually do that. I play with sound and meaning relationships. So, we're going to make a tart. What do we need to start with? We need to start with the crust. What's in the crust? Crisco. I'm playing with the sound. I hear Chris in that. Let's go with that. So, this is going to be our punchline. If we have a punchline, we have to have something that this is the punchline to. So, we need a question. I'm going to go with what do you call, because Crisco's a noun. It's a physical thing. So what do you call a Crisco company that hires people named Chris? This sucks. I say the answer in the question. That's bad. Let's swap out Crisco for something else. Crisco is lard. What do you call a lard company that hires Chris's? This is still bad, but less bad, less bad. Let's swap out Chris's, because I still say that. Now it's Christopher. Okay, this is mediocre. Let's move on. Let's talk about Crisco. Let's look at different words for it. Fat cats, lard company, I don't feel it. Lard Days Night, none of the Beatles were named Chris. Grease Lightning, I do not remember anything about that musical. Rendered fat, I could make a Pixar joke. Computers, rendering, that's too much work. Butter's in crust, but Crisco isn't butter, so we butter skip it. Shortening. Hey, we're already shortening Christopher to Chris, so let's do that. All right, what do you call a shortening company that hires people named Christopher? Almost. Let's work back to the punchline now, because we were playing with Chris, but now we can make it Crisco. This is great, because now we have Christopher Company, which is shortened to Crisco, which makes shortening, which is Crisco. Hooray! That's where we started. This is where we ended. I'm David Michaels. Thank you for helping me grease the wheels down this slippery slope.